All right, so we're going to be diving into Yellowstone today and, taking a look at what the future might hold for Beth and Rip in this final season. And we've got some really, really fascinating stuff here coming straight from Kelly Reilly's interview with Entertainment Weekly.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how their relationship is really becoming a focal point. This potential for a happy ending in a season that seems to just be full of uncertainty and conflict with, John Dutton's exit and Beth's battle with Jamie.
Yeah. Remember that cliffhanger from last season?
Yeah.
Rip's down in Texas.
Yeah.
Beth's left behind to deal with all the, fallout in Montana. Well, it sounds like that separation might not last for very long. Kelly Reilly did mention that Beth quickly gets him back. So she's not letting a little distance get in the way.
Yeah, it really makes you think. We always see Beth as this strong, independent woman, but her wanting to get Rip back right away kind of makes you wonder how much she relies on him for her own happiness and stability.
Yeah. How much of her well-being is tied to him being there.
Absolutely. And Kelly Reilly kind of reinforces that idea when she describes Rip as Beth's main source of joy and happiness, which is a pretty powerful statement, for a character that very rarely shows that vulnerable side.
Yeah, you don't often see that vulnerability from Beth.
Yeah.
But her love for Rip really seems to unlock that,
Yeah.
that deeper side of her, that more human side beneath that tough exterior.
Exactly. It's like he gives her that safe space, that sanctuary where she can just be herself.
And their bond, it goes way back, all the way back to their teenage years on the ranch. It's a love story that's really survived decades of turmoil and hardship.
It's a testament to Rip's acceptance of Beth, her complexities and everything. And she even mentions how he just laughs at her when she's crazy.
That's the dream, right? That level of understanding and compatibility.
Oh, absolutely.
And maybe that's why their relationship resonates with so many viewers.
Yeah.
It's that enduring love amidst the chaos.
Right. A love that can weather any storm.
So speaking of weathering storms, Kelly Reilly did give us a little hint about what a happy ending for Beth might look like. And it might not be what you'd expect. She sees a simple, quiet life with Rip, far away from all the drama and danger of the ranch.
Now, that's not what I was expecting. Beth Dutton, the queen of chaos, wanting a peaceful, simple existence, makes you think, right?
Yeah, is that really what she wants? Or is there a part of her that thrives on all that drama?
Could be both. Maybe it's, this deep yearning for something more than what she's always known.
Yeah, can someone like Beth, so tied to the ranch and her family, really find happiness away from it all?
That's the question, isn't it? Can she turn her back on the Dutton legacy?
These are the questions that are going to keep us glued to our seats this season.
Oh, yeah. And, based on what Kelly Reilly said, even she seems interested in those possibilities. She mentioned these little tidbits and nuggets of information. That suggests there might be a future for Beth and Rip beyond the Yellowstone finale.
Which, of course, has everyone talking about spin-offs. Or maybe even a whole new chapter for their love story.
Oh, absolutely. The creators are keeping us guessing.
They've definitely got me hooked. But before we get lost in theories about the future, let's take a step back and think about what we know. We know Beth really relies on Rip for her happiness. We know their love story is something special. And we know there's this possibility of a less chaotic future. But the real question is, can someone like Beth Dutton really have a simple life?
That's the big question. With her personality and how fiercely loyal she is to the ranch, is a peaceful existence really possible for her?
Or will that pull of the Dutton legacy, that constant battle for power, just be too much to resist?
Well, I'll have to see. But we are going to be diving deeper into this final season of Yellowstone. And we want to know what you think. What do you think a truly fulfilling future would look like for Beth and Rip?
Head over to our social media pages and tell us what you think. We're going to be back after a quick break to unpack even more insights into the lives and loves of the Duttons. We were talking about how Beth wanting a simple life seems like kind of a contradiction, with her personality and everything, and how much she loves the ranch.
Yeah, and it makes you think, can she really escape the Yellowstone? It's like almost a part of her?
Yeah, exactly. This is a woman who's, ready to go to war to protect her family and the ranch. So walking away from that just seems impossible.
Right, and that's what makes this final season so interesting. It's this battle between, her wanting peace and happiness with Rip, and this powerful force that keeps pulling her back to the Yellowstone.
Yeah, what does happiness even mean for someone like Beth? Is it really, just a simple life off the ranch? Or is there something about the chaos and the fighting that she actually needs?
That's a great point. I think we'll see her struggling with those two sides of herself. Wanting peace, but also needing to be in control.
It's almost like a modern day Lady Macbeth.
Oh, wow.
haunted by her ambition and, everything she's had to do.
And all the consequences.
Exactly. Can someone like that really find peace?
It's a great comparison. It really shows how complex her character is. She's capable of so much love and loyalty, but also, incredible cruelty.
And then you've got Jamie. That rivalry has always been there.
Yeah.
And it seems like things are really coming to a head.
Oh, yeah.
How do you think that's going to affect Beth and Rip?
Well, Jamie just adds this whole other level of unpredictability. He's a constant threat to Beth's happiness, to the ranch. It's like he represents everything she's trying to get away from.
So it's like this tangled web of relationships and power struggles and moral dilemmas, and it's all happening against the backdrop of a changing Montana. It's going to be an explosive season.
Oh, I think so.
But I still have this hope for Beth and Rip. Do you think their love is strong enough to survive all of that?
I think that's what we're all hoping for. Their love story is like this bright spot in a world that can feel really dark.
But it feels fragile, too. Like it could all fall apart so easily.
Exactly. It's like watching a tightrope walk.
And we're all just holding our breath.
That's the beauty of Yellowstone. They keep make us guessing, wondering what's going to happen next.
And speaking of what's going to happen next, what about John Dutton? We still don't know what's going to happen to him. And that's going to have a huge impact on Beth and Rip.
Yeah, it's a big question mark.
Do you think they're going to have to take over the ranch?
Possibly.
And if they do, what does that mean for their dreams of a simple life?
It's that classic dilemma, isn't it? Legacy versus happiness.
Yeah, if John's gone, it changes everything.
It forces them to think about what they really want.
And what their responsibilities are.
Yeah.
But this season isn't just about them. It's about Montana, too. And how it's changing.
Yeah, it's always been more than just a family drama. It's about rural America and the challenges it faces.
And in that context, Beth and Rip's story becomes even more powerful. They represent this connection to the land, to a way of life that's disappearing.
It's a fight for their future.
And for a way of life they love. So we were talking about Beth and Rip and how their story, reflects this bigger thing happening in the West. It's not just about them anymore. It's about a whole way of life.
Yeah, and that weight, that responsibility might be what keeps them from, having that simple life they want. It's almost a little tragic, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Like the thing they're fighting for could end up trapping them. It reminds me of, those old Greek tragedies where it's like fate is against them, no matter what they do.
Yeah, but even with all that, there's still hope. Their love for each other, that loyalty, it's like a reminder that even when things are bad, connection can be really powerful.
And I think that's what people connect with. We see ourselves in their struggles,
Yeah, that desire for love and belonging.
And we want them to find peace. So going into these last episodes, we've got so many questions. Will Beth and Rip get their happy ending? Will the Duttons survive?
What about the ranch?
It's going to be a wild ride.
Oh, yeah. The writers have really outdone themselves. It's suspenseful. It's emotional. They've got us hooked.
And at the center of it all is Beth and Rip. Their love story.
It's really a perfect example of everything the show's about. Tradition versus progress, fighting for what you believe in and the power of love.
So we'll be watching. And we'll see how it all ends.
It's a story that'll stick with us, that's for sure.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into Yellowstone. We'll be back next time with more insights and discussions. Until then, keep those theories coming.